Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the show. James here, your host, today with a very cool little stream setup for you. Now, bunch of amazing products that we are actually going to be showing you guys, which is going to be great. We're going to have some very cool products that are actually decently priced. Now, we are going to start off with, of course, that 5,000 plus that you may see in the carousel. Now, I know it's not showing a price tag. You do need to press the see all buying options, but it is actually there for like $34.99. It's like 5% off right now. Now, this power station is one of the power stations that we're going to be talking about. I actually have it here. Probably could have pulled it out, slid it out here, showed it to you. You know what? We probably could. I wouldn't see why we couldn't, but it's out of my way. The camera's not set up for that. But we're going to show you guys a slight little video of this product. Now, before we get to that, we're going to just start talking about a few things. First and foremost, Jackery is a great company. Now, I've actually been doing Jackery streams for a little while now, which is great. Having hands-on with their products, they're definitely built very well. Now, that's the cool part about the first one we're going to be showing you guys, which is this one right here, the 5000. Now, the 5000 Plus is a dual voltage system, and what do I mean by dual voltage is there's actually a few different AC outlets on this that are going to allow you to do, of course, dual voltage. First and foremost, you're going to have the front. Front's going to have 4 standard AC plugs. Those are going to do 120 volts at, of course, 7,200 watts of sine wave connectability. You're going to have 2 USB-C ports at 100 watts max, 2 USB-A ports at 18 watts max, this beautiful digital display, and, of course, the 12-volt 10-amp plug. Now, all of these switches are individually switched. You guys can turn them on and off by your hand. It has 2 large handles, but also has large wheels as well. AC expansion port, 2 NEMA plugs, a 14-30, a 14-50. Now, the 14-30 and 14-50 is 120 and 240 volt style. Now, there's that handle that I was talking about. It folds up and hides away inside it, but it also has 2 large wheels on the back. On the opposite side, you're going to have a couple of the solar panel ports, and a DC expansion port, and the AC wall plug charging port. Now, the 2 low power ports are actually going to be 1200 watts of 80/20 adapters. Then you're going to have 2 plugs, of course, at those nice, beautiful 4000 watt high power solar array. On the axis side down there, you're going to see, of course, the DC expansion port. Now, the DC expansion port's for adding extra batteries, so you guys can add up to 5 batteries with this by itself all alone. The cool part about this station, like I said, guys, is the multi-ports and ports of connectability. Now, it's going to take you approximately 5 hours if you use the standard wall plug to or the standard low power solar array to charge it. That's going to be 1200 watts of charge rate. If you use the wall plug at 1800 watts of charge rate, you're going to be able to charge it about 3.5 hours. If you use the low power solar array, or the high power solar array, or the smart transfer station, you guys can charge at 4,000 watts of charge rate, under 2 hours fully charged. Now, Smart Control has its accessibilities. The device by itself should be able to allow you to run that flat screen TV for at least a couple days without a problem. You can run your central AC for about 2.25 hours or so without an issue. You guys can run 1150 watt window AC for over 4.5 to 5 hours off of this, no problems whatsoever. Now, you guys could do a dryer. You guys could do your kitchen stoves. You guys can connect it up to your house, take it on the go, and have it with you. Very portable, very acceptable. Now, yeah, you guys are probably like, oh, it's a little bit of money. It is a little bit of money, that's for sure, but definitely worth checking out. And that's the cool thing with that. Now, we have, of course, the 5000 Plus. And like I said, you guys can get it by itself. You guys can get it with the smart transfer station. You guys can get it with extra batteries. You guys can do so much more with that. You guys have the capability. Got you muted on the phone. Hey, me? You guys probably noticed that I have, of course, tissues. Allergies have taken hold of me, and it is no fun. Now, Darkwing, what's up, buddy? Now, up next, guys, we have another Jackery power station. This is going to be the 2000 V2. No hot shoes. My nose just itches. It's actually just itchy. It's like really, really itchy. The allergies, my eyes are itchy. My nose is itchy. Allergy. Yeah, I wished it was just a runny nose. It's itching. I feel like it itches constantly right now. Yeah, it's all good. It happens. It happens. My car is I have a silver car, right? My gray silver car. It looks yellow right now. My car looks yellow. I'm actually allergic to that. I can't take Benadryl. I can't take Benadryl. I'm allergic to Benadryl. It's weird. I take allergy meds. We're good. Yeah, I want allergy meds. It's just because I was just outside, so I was handling a whole bunch of pollen. Now we're going to talk about the 2000 V2 or version 2 with this. Now 2042 watt hours of power in a 39-pound package. Now this is actually smaller than the original 2000 Pro that they have, so it's a little bit smaller, lightweight with that, which is great. Now some cool parts about this device. 3 AC outlets that do 2200 watts pure sine wave power. Flashlight that can actually change modes. 2 USB-C ports, a USB-A port, 12-volt 10-amp plug. Now, fully charged in 2 hours if you guys want to, or 1 hour fast charging with that. Now, you guys are probably like, well, hey, this was actually cheaper the other day during the Jackery stream, and that's what we do for you guys on those streams. So you guys can actually get better deals on some of these streams, but it's still 27% off. Let's go there. Now, at 27% off, guys, it is actually a really great price point for those of you that need something like this. Now, with it, 2042 watt hours power. What's this good for? This is good for car, camping, home, whatever you choose. It's actually quite powerful with the 2042 watt hours of power. It can literally run a 200 watt desktop PC for over 12 hours if you wanted to. You guys could do, of course, let's say a flat screen TV. You guys could do a 100 watt movie projector for, at least 20 hours. So you guys, 100 watts an hour, you guys could do about 20 hours of movie playtime off of it if you wanted to. 60 watt flat screen TV could run longer than that. You just got to do the math with it. But it's got the multiple plugs, multiple capabilities. 10-year battery lifespan at the first 100% charge rate. And we'll kind of get into that. So your batteries or LiFePO 4 cells will charge at 100% charge rate for the first 10 years or over 4,000 charge cycles. Now, that doesn't mean your battery's going to die. It just means the capacity of charge rate stops at about 70 to 80% after that 10 years. So you still have 80% battery with that. How about outdoor speakers? Could you have? Yes, you could. You most definitely could, just depending on how much power you're pulling out of those speakers. It will also depend on how much equipment you are plugged into it. You could also add solar panels to it to allow it to charge while you're doing it. But yeah, it definitely could run that equipment without a problem. I mean, it does 2,200 watts through the 3 AC outlets. You can peak at 4,400. 4,400, if you're using the full 4,400, it's definitely going to chew that battery up a lot quicker. Now, like if you're using like a 10 watt Bluetooth speaker off of this, then it's going to run for ages without a problem. There is a math algorithm to these devices. I don't actually have it on hand, but I do know it's on their website. So if you have to check that, they can actually do the math algorithm of your power to ratio with the actual system. Now they have larger systems like the 5,000 plus we just showed. The 5,000 plus is 5,040 watt hours of power. That's a lot of power. So you're going to have a lot longer runtime. With this being a 2000 V2, it's version 2. It's got, of course, Charge Shield 2.0 technology built in. It's got the cell-to-body technology, which means it's actually smaller than the original with that. Hey, no problem. Thanks for popping in. So, like I said, guys, $1,099 is what they're priced at right now, which is, it's not a bad deal. It's actually, a pretty decent product. I mean, it's 27% off right now, so you're still getting a decent deal with that. It's a very, very phenomenal product that I've actually used to do Halloween decorations. So we actually ran, I think it was like 10 inflatable Halloween decorations and, of course, lights. And I let that run all day without a problem at my friend's house. So it can do that without an issue. So it just depends on what product you're trying to run off of what system. If you need a bigger system, then try to go with the biggest one you can afford in your price range. They have like some very phenomenal ones like the 3000 Pro. They also have the 2000 Plus. The 2000 Plus can actually have extra batteries. The 3000 Pro, 2000 Plus have wheels and can roll around like the 5000, as in where the 2000 V2 or the 1000 V2 actually has to be carried. Now, 39 pounds may be a lot for some people. For others, it might not be too much. And that's just the thing. You have to look, pick and choose, or what where you want to go with it. Now, the 1000 V2 is just a little brother to the 2000 V2. And this is, of course, that 1000 V2. Now, ignore Amazon's, closed caption down there. It's spelling stuff completely wrong, which is weird. Now, this is over 1100 watt hours of power. That's right. Well, it's actually about 1070. Now, 1070 is decently well done in this range for this. And it's going to do, of course, what you need with that. It's got 3 AC outlets that do 1500 watts. It's got the flashlight. It's got the 30 watt USB-C port, 100 watt USB-C port, 18 watt USB-A port, 12 volt 10 amp cigarette lighter plug, and of course, only weighs about 24 pounds. Now, at 24 pounds, you guys can definitely carry this one around. Now, with that being said, if you want to charge it standard 2-hour fast charging mode, if you go into the app, and these are all app controlled, you guys can put it in emergency charge rate, have it charged at 1 hour time, and you guys could be up and running with that 1070 watt hours of power. Now, if you want to use solar panels to charge this, let's say 2 of the 200 watt panels, guys, it's going to be over 2 hours to charge it, but can be done in that time frame. If you're using, let's say, the 100 watt panels, it's going to double that charge time, depending on how much sun you have and how much input you have. Never take the full range of what I'm telling you, because your guys' sunlight may not get a full 100% sunlight. So if you're only getting, let's say, 60% sun that day, your device will charge at like 60 to 70%. I see where I'm going. Now, if you live in Washington, Oregon, and you guys are worried about like overcast, gray, shadowy skies and stuff, the solar panels can do up to about 25% efficiency even in those light settings. So you should still get a charge. Now, if you guys have complete blacked out clouds, torrential downpour, you may not get much charge whatsoever. But they are geared to do that. And of course, that's a good part. Now, with this device, you guys should be able to run, let's say, a 100 watt movie projector for about 10 to 11 hours, depending on what that power of that movie projector is pulling out. The 60 watt flat screen TV, guys, over 15 hours of runtime without a problem. And that's the cool part about these. It's just a nice portable options for those. Bob, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Truly, truly do. Now, Jackery, they do a really good job with their products. They have something for everybody, is the way I put it. They have some very, very small systems all the way up to the very large systems. They have a price range for the people that can't afford the bigger ones, and that's great to have these options for you. Now, some of these bigger ones do go on sale off and on, so if you can't afford it today, put it in your cart as a saved item, and you'll get notified when the price kind of drops. And that's kind of the cool thing with, Jackery, in that they do, kind of do sales quite a bit, which is great. It's a phenomenal product, does really well, and will, stand the test of time. I've had a bunch of amazing usages with them. Sheila, how's your solar charge today, huh? How's your input coming? Of course, she probably still has me in mute.
May the force be with you.
Well, what? Getting better, sun's coming. Yeah, sun's out here, man. It is super bright out here. My car is completely yellow. My kid's making a lot of noise because she's trying to make pizza pockets for breakfast while coughing up from the allergies. All right, we got this product up next. This is from Browery. This is a hand-cranked power station. Now, pizza pockets. It's just weird. I mean, there's a breakfast sandwich in the fridge that she could eat. You know, to be young and be able to eat hot pockets all day and pizza pockets. All right. This is a new video to me, guys. So this is a newer product. I will be able to tell you about the product while the video plays. Now, it's a 153 watt hour power station. It is a hand cranked power station nonetheless. Now, hand cranking means you guys can actually charge it by hand cranking. You guys can also plug it in and charge it as well. Now, it is a smaller size product. It's 120 volts with 150 watt AC outlet plug, which is great. Now, you're going to have two USB-C ports that do 65 watts, two USB-A ports at 18 watts as well on top of this. It has a wireless charging on top if you guys want to wireless charge, and that's kind of cool with that. So you guys can set your phone down, your pods, and everything. Now, you guys can choose between AC, DC, and, of course, flashlight. And it has a large light on the opposite side. Now, with this, though, you also have the AC outlet that's going to allow you to do 150 watts of run time or power through that draw. Now, remember, you have 153 watt hours of power, so if you pull in 150 watts, you're only going to get an hour of usage with this. Now, there is a $50 clippable coupon with this, which is kind of cool. So you guys, you know, the $129 price tag drops down for you quite a bit with that. Now, this would be great for camping and, of course, usage. You guys can actually connect up a solar panel to it and use it in different ways. Now, the lighting mode is going to have 3 different levels of brightness. Also has two or three different SOS patterns to trigger out there. It only weighs 3.5 pounds. Gonna say it here, though. For the size, I've messed with the Jackery power station that's got about the same power, but a lot smaller. I was getting 80 watts incoming from each of those panels, but the JJDN has $55 PC. What do you? Oh, the panels? What panels? What panels? I'm tired of itchy. I'm tired of being itchy. I was getting 80 watts of power, huh? Oh, yeah, I've never heard of them. Never heard of JJN. Oh, just gonna ignore that sneeze. 100-watt panel. Right on, right on. So, like I said, guys, we had a few different options for you guys with the power stations. Now, for those of you that just need a power bank, this one's kind of cool. Now, this is 25,600 milliamps of charging capacity or battery. It is a smaller piece. This is more geared towards your laptop users and stuff like that. Portable charging, portable charger. Let's be honest, guys. Portable charger, Storm 2, 100 watt, 25,600 milliamp power bank. This little power bank is actually quite cool. It comes in this nice little black box. Wait a minute. And we don't need this guy talking. He's sitting right in front of you. Now, what you're going to get inside this package is a full-on digital displayed see-through power bank. This is going to be great for those of you that want to, you know, charge up your phones, charge up your laptops, or other small devices like that. Now, 25,600 milliamps is actually a quite decently sized battery. Now, it comes with a 100-watt bi-directional USB-C cable. It allows for the 100 watts of charge rate. High-vis yellow for those of you that want the high-vis yellow. Comes with the carrying bag. Now, with it, you're going to have a couple USB-C ports, a USB-A port. You're going to have, of course, a DC plug if you guys want to do the DC plug with that as well. So the variations of those are for those of you that need the variations. And that's actually kind of cool. Now, with it being said, guys, this is actually a great little thing that's going to stand the test of time, but it's also a conversational piece. Like, you can see all the circuitry and everything else with this. Now, with that being said, you guys can see the input and output of the voltage and, of course, the temperature of the battery bank. Now, that's kind of cool. Now, it has a full walkthrough menu on it. Now, the menu is just a couple single buttons walkthrough, but it is there for you guys if you need to, of course, click and change and walk through it. You'll be able to charge your iPhone about 4 times off of this. A couple drone batteries. You guys could do maybe a 1.5 MacBook charges. You guys could do an iPad up to about 1.5 too. You guys could do any Nintendo Switches, handheld consoles. You guys could do GoPro, DSLR batteries. Up to 12 of those charges off of this device. Now, it's got, of course, the USB-A port, the USB-C port, and the USB-C port. Now, USB-C 1 is 65 watts, USB-C 2 and USB-A 2 is 25 watts of charging through that. Now, you're going to get 100 watts total charge rate with that, and that's kind of cool with this. But, you know, it's a phenomenal little product. And I'm going to let the video keep playing for a second. They are all indicated on this front screen, and I'm going to light this up, and we're going to let the screen load up, and you guys are going to see this. Now you guys see all of the in and out ports and the voltage and your charge level. This leaves us at 16 hours of charge time at 24 Celsius. It tells you the Celsius. Now, if you go into this, and if I hold this down, you can go into your settings mode. The settings mode will allow you to adjust your voltage level to what you want or how you want. Yes, this thing does some stuff that the video's kind of showing you guys. It is a really great conversational piece with this. Now, if you have the DC port input port plug, you guys technically, can charge this off a solar panel if you have the correct polarity and adaptation plug. Now, do I recommend that? Not really with this one, but it's a cool little piece. And again, guys, lithium cells, it's going to do well for you. Just a great little option with that. And that is from ShareGeek. Now, that is probably one of the more spendier power banks that I've actually messed with. $189. At $189, do I think that's for everybody? No, but if you really want that conversational piece, guys, definitely check it out. Now, we're going to show you guys the Govee outdoor net lights. Now, I believe this might be Sheila or somebody. It was definitely not me.
With Govee's range of scenes, you can transform your environment into a magical
Mrs. Dragon Blogger, good morning.
You can transform from a calming, cozy sunset to a party atmosphere with just a tap. You have full access app control, voice control.
You know what? I'm going to drop this off. Now, this is a nice netted piece. This is going to do decorations, lighting. You guys can put them over, like, your plants outside. You guys can hang them off a wall. It's up to you how you choose and use it. And it's going to come with, like, hangers. It's going to come with the way of netting it down. But it's a bunch of different LEDs. And guys, with Govee, you have an app that controls all of the Govee lights. Now, you guys can do voice control activation with this. You guys can do, like, music mode on it. It's going to have about 64 plus scenes of activation. But you guys can also change out the scenes with that, or make or create your own with this. Now, it's $89 for about 2 foot by 8 or 2.8 feet by 4.5 feet. Now, with that variation, that's not the world's largest netting lighting, but it's actually kind of cool. And they will sync with all of the other lighting, of course, with that. And that's the great part. And works with Matter. If you guys know what Matter control, that's literally just your it's just your talking control. Like, Matter is going to allow you to sync it with other devices and say, Alexa, all lights off. And all of my lighting throughout my house is literally just going to shut off, even if it's different brands. Now, Alexa, all lights on. And it pulls up all of the Govee lights back on with that. And that's the cool part about Govee. So they do some great stuff with this. Now, $89, definitely a good price point. One of the options I'm going to tell you guys is they have a larger variation. So they have a 10-foot one. So if you guys need the 10-foot variation for a bigger lighting effect, go ahead and do it. It's about $149 for that one. You guys can actually do a buy one, get one for a discount. So they have another code in there. So if you buy one, you can buy one for $74.99. You guys can get it with the savings on the second one or the first one or whatever it is. So definitely different options for those of you that need those options on hand. Pretty phenomenal products. I love Govee. I use all the Govee lighting around me. You guys can see that. I have a bunch of different smart control devices in my house. I literally can talk to my ice machine and tell it to make small ice cubes if I wanted to. Not saying I need to, and that's the funny part. Like, just the ice machine should just make ice. I feel weirded out every time I say, hey, my ice machine from Govee can actually make different size ice. And I actually just did that, guys, and we will be showing you guys that ice machine coming up.
The shock.
So up next is going to be the Shocks Open Run Pros. This is a Justin video, and I actually have these. All right, here, I'm going to let Justin do the video real quick. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that.
Open Run Pro. So these Shocks Open Run Pro, I use these all the time, and you can even ask Miss Dragonblogger. I was wearing these last night when I was assembling some yard patio projects. You listen to music, and you can hear what's going on around you, but I actually had these so loud last night. I really cranked
hear me.
that I could hear that she was making noise trying to talk to me, but I couldn't hear what she was saying. I use them when I do the rowing machine, exercise bike, when I take the dog for a walk, or even if I'm just going for a walk to the grocery store or an ice bag run. I always use my Open Shocks, my Shocks Open Run Pro. These are my favorite open ear headphones. The reason why I like them is because generally I can hear the outside sounds going on around me. So, like, I can hear a car coming up behind me, or if another dog's barking too close to me, or a dog runs off a leash or is not on a leash and starts running towards me, I can kind of get a little advanced notice. So you get that benefit of seeing what's going on around you and hear what's.
You know what, guys? We really don't need the sound. So these are going to be great for those of you that want to travel and still hear everything going on, or for those of you that like to go out jogging or running. Now, Shocks does a great job with their actual products. It's got a decent amount of sound quality. It's not going to be the world's loudest bass control, but it will do well for you. Now, that Bluetooth connection is actually decent, too. It's going to give you a nice long range for those of you that just want to have your phone sitting on the counter while you're walking around your house. Now, remember, your range of Bluetooth connection will be determined by, actually walls. So if there are a lot of walls, your range may change with that. And that's the variation. Now, magnetic charging with these devices. Do I agree with the magnetic chargers? Not always, because I would prefer to have one charger to rule them all. But the option with that is you guys can actually just use the magnetic charger to do it. It's got some cool technology. Now, it does have a built-in EQ if you guys need to download the app, the EQ, and of course, run the EQ to adjust to your own sound quality. Great battery life as well. You guys are going to get a decent battery life with these. And, that's where the variations with Shocks. Now, $159, I mean, yeah, it's going to cost you a little bit, but you're getting the quality of it, and they do well. If you don't want to spend $159 on a set of earbuds or headsets, you guys can also go with like the Tozo A1s. Now, we have Tozo A1 earbuds up next, and these are actually these are cool, and I'm going to show you guys the video of this. This is just me doing my thing with the video. Tozo A1s are super lightweight. These are so lightweight you don't even recognize that they're in your ears. They are, of course, only $14 today. These are a sub $30 pair of earbuds. Now, when I say sub $30 pair of earbuds, there's a reason for that. They have a phenomenal sound quality to these $30 sub headphones. Now, they are $14 today. You are saving quite a bit of money on these earbuds. Lightweight, rechargeable, long battery life. You're going to get over 8 hours of playtime on an earbud, plus the backup power inside the earbud case. The earbud case has an indication of the charge level of the case. It's going to light up in lights. You have a left and right ear, of course, with this, and it's going to come with different ear tips. So it's going to come with, I think it's like a medium or a large ear tip already pre-installed, but then you're going to get a small, medium, and a large inside the bag, so you guys can change them out. The great part about it is most times when the earbuds show up, the size of tip that's on them for me is always the ones that fit my ear. You may not be as lucky as me, but that's just what it is. With these earbuds, though, they produce a great amount of bass and clarity when you are listening to music, from classical rock to heavy metal to even bass or dubstep. It has a wide range of tones and fitment coming through it. Now, the way they've done that is with what they call as the Tozo Orgix diaphragm. Now, the Tozo Orgix diaphragm actually produces sound quality and bounces the sound waves in different directions, which is kind of like a sub box in your car and stuff like that. Now, with it, you guys can also go to the Tozo app. The Tozo app is going to allow you to change to multiple preset EQs that are already set there, or make your own EQ preset. It also is going to allow you to do what's called white noise sounds. So Tozo added to their app some white noise sounds. So if you guys want to listen to, like, let's say, waterfall or wind blowing while you're trying to sleep, these can do that. Now, I'm going to be honest, guys. You're not going to realize that they are still in your ear because of how light they are. That's the cool part about Tozo. Tozo does a phenomenal job with these devices. Now, price point, like I said, $14. At $14, you can't go wrong. And I mean, Mrs. Dragon Mrs. Dragon Blogger can probably contest to this. When her kids were younger, they went through a lot of headsets. And getting headsets, can cost quite a bit when you go through a lot of headsets. For a headset that's only $14, it's not going to break your bank, but, always it's like, hey, take care of your stuff. Now, we also have a charging cable kit here next. This is just the 3-pack, certified, MFI certified. These are lightning cable, USB-C to lightning cable, or USB-A to lightning cable, I think these might be. Now, you get 3 of these 10-foot cables. They're going to allow for your charge rate to go through, but they are MFI certified, which means Apple products are certified to use with them, which you don't have to worry about, slowing down of charging. Go in there with that. And Apple does that stuff. Now, with it, you're going to get 3 braided cabled style of devices with a great bend span. You guys will get over 20,000 bends off of these before you have any issues with that. And that's one of them things. If you guys roll your cables up, put them in your purses a lot, or take them when traveling, you are bending them cables back and forth every so often. Now, connectability is just that. It plugs it in, connects it up. Cool part is I'm actually still using one of them right now. If you guys can see the cable, I'm using that cable right now for the iPhone to control the carousel. So I use this cable still to this day without a problem. Now, I had several different variations of them, from the black and gray that you see here to the gray on gray that I'm using also as well. Phenomenally well done product, super strong, but the length is where it's at. Having a nice long cable to fit wherever you're sitting is just one of them things. I have to have that, and you probably guys do too. Sheila loves when I do this. Sheila, we're going to do, of course, OBSBot Tiny SE. Now, the OBSBot camera, guys. Let me grab this bad boy right here. It's in here somewhere. This is the OBSBot Tiny SE, guys. This is a 1080p web camera. Now, 1080p at 100 frames per second. A lot of web cameras don't go that far. It's usually about 60 frames or less with this. OBSBot did and said, hey, let's add 100 frames per second with this. When you pop it open, you're going to have a couple QR codes to download the software, your walkthrough, and everything. You're going to have a utensil connector right here. This is just going to be your USB-C to USB-C cable. It's about 6 feet in length, but it's also going to have a USB-A adapter to adapt your USB-C down. When you get it, you're going to get a pan, tilt, and zoom with AI activating noise canceling microphones, and that's your camera. It is quite small. To know it's 1080p, it's got a black front lens, guys. Your 4K variations of these are going to be, of course, red ringed. You guys can see right there, difference. 1080p, 4K. Can be used with a tripod, so it does have a tripod screw mount on the bottom, but you guys are also going to notice that hinge back here, and that hinge is meant for your monitor mount, so you guys can set a monitor mount on top of it. That's the variation of this. Now, literally plug and play, so if you guys want to, plug them in and just use it. What I recommend, though, is plugging it in and using it with the OBSBot app, and I'm going to be honest with you. The OBSBot app is very user-friendly to a point, and pretty much everybody should be able to figure it out. Now, the app is going to allow you to have positioned points, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the camera on my monitor. We're going to set that there. A double camera view of this. So bear with me. Let's pop over. Let's say, hey, let's turn on Virch camera, and let's go dual camera mode. And you guys can see, here's the OBSBot, right? So we now have the OBSBot activated. Now, like I was talking about, the OBSBot does tracking. Now you guys can see it just tracked me, and it's following me around. So if I walk up, and you guys can see my ugly legs with my shorts, you guys will notice the camera is now following me. If I do this, It's going to bring you guys in. If I do it backwards again and let go, it's going to zoom out. Now, I can lock tracking as well with that. Now, with, of course, this camera, and you guys are seeing dual cameras. I have multiple cameras in action. I use OBSBots quite a bit. You guys can also do presets. So if you guys have a preset, right there is a preset. If I have a second preset, we can actually change over and do a second preset. Now, we can also do manual gesture or manual gimbal, so we can control the gimbal by ourselves. Wide, medium, or narrow angle ability with that as well. The color on this one is a little bit bright because of where it's sitting at in the light area. And I have keystone lights right next to it, so you guys are seeing that my skin tones are a little bit brighter than most people. Now, if I want to change the pieces with this. Now, that's 100 frames per second. I can actually drop it down to 720 at 120 frames per second as well. So that's just the way I can do it. And I can adjust the images. I can do auto exposure. I can do 50 hertz, 60 hertz anti-flicker. I can do, of course, the contrast. We can do HDR on. So if I click HDR on, so let's see if you guys see it froze. So let's turn HDR on. There is HDR on. And now the picture is a little bit more noisy to me with that. And that's because just the way the software I'm using. If I want to put it in sleep mode, you guys can see that it says come back soon. So we can actually put it in sleep mode and come back soon. We can add our own image. We can do, of course, background blur. If we guys want to do, of course, background blur, that's kind of cool. So let's set up background blur. Let's see if we can get the background blur to go into action. And that's just the way it's going to work with this. We can do directional flip. So if I want to directional flip it, I can do microphone status. I can mirror the image where now you guys are seeing the image in backwards. We can do status lights and everything. That's the cool part about, of course, OBSBot. And OBSBot does a really great job with their cameras. If you are looking for a camera to do content creating, video chatting with your friends, got you covered, guys, with this one. And it is actually in a great price point at $99. Some of their cameras can go all the way up to about $500. This is going to be one of their more easily reachable cameras for those of you that don't want to spend large money. Just get yourself into content creating or having fun or video chat with your family. You guys have noticed that this one, of course, goes back in a box because I use all my 4K cameras quite a lot. So 1080p, just here for looks for now. So that's OBSBot, guys. Great deal, great product. Can't go wrong with it. Now up next is, of course, the Red Dragon M616 RGB gaming mouse.
Force be with you, Nikita with Dragon Blogger here to show you another amazing Red Dragon product. This is their M616. It's an RGB gaming mouse with 10,000 DPI. Now, this is a wired optical mouse. So if you're not into wired mice, this may not be the one for you. But since I have a need for wired mice sometime, this is absolutely perfect. As you can see on the side, that grip is actually fantastic. I love having a spot on the side of the mouse where I can put my thumb and my pinky finger to have like a really awesome, like kind of textured rest. And it's really awesome that it also comes with a nice Velcro so you can have wire management, so you don't have to worry about the cord for the mice getting too tangled up. Now this thing is fantastic. As you can see, it has a resting mode, which basically saves battery. It keeps it all red, and then when you start moving it, those RGB lights come into play, and it looks absolutely fantastic. The lighting scheme on the side as well as on the Red Dragon symbol and in the middle mouse button is just absolutely fantastic. This is a nice little mouse that I can use with my tablet, and it does everything I needed to with the Red Dragon software. You can also change the buttons and do DIY key bindings, whether you don't want it to, do whatever you needed to, go back, forward, change the DPI, all that kind of stuff. This is a nice little mouse to have, and it comes recommended from me, your boy Nikita.
So that is that beautiful little piece of technology right there, guys, for you if you are looking. Kind of cool little options for those of you that need something of that sort. Now, for the gamers, of course, maybe you want a really cheap but decent microphone. And now we have the Air Hug up next. And I'm actually going to let the video play with this one because it has a microphone test inside it. We're taking a look at this very cool little condenser microphone from AirHug, and this is actually the AirHug 22. Now, the AirHug 22 is a nice little gaming microphone that's going to work by USB-C to USB-A cable. It does come with a nice long cable for you guys to actually connect it. It's about a 6-foot cable. And then you're going to have the AI noise reduction style microphone that works in omnidirectional, but it is in this beautiful triangle variation. Now with it, it does take a USB-C connection, which you guys can plug, and you guys will set this on the desk. There's a microphone mute button that's actually going to activate when you need to, but if you hold it down for 2 seconds, it's going to go into AI mode. Now, when connecting up this device, you're literally just going to grab a USB-C cable. Now, I have a separate cable sitting here. This is actually a high-powered cable, so if I plug it in, it will still work for us, so I don't have to worry about that on hand. You guys can see that it is now, of course, going on. It is now connected, and it's going to say, of course, start changing through this. If I hold it down for 2 seconds, you're going to see it's just straight standard usage. When I hold it back down again and it goes into, of course, flashing RGB mode, you're now in AI noise reduction. To mute it, we literally just tap it and it goes into mute. Now, what I am about to do is we are about to hot swap the microphone in this live or in this video so you guys can actually see what it does. Now, we are over here. We are connected to this microphone. If I bring it closer, you guys will hear how it changes sound. If I set it down on the counter, you guys can see it set over there. Now, if I set beat, you guys are not hearing me beat on the chair unless I'm talking with that. Now, microphone mute. Tap it again, and it is now, of course, in that. Hold it down for 2 seconds. Now, what you guys are seeing is the microphone mute action, the AI noise reduction, and everything in between. Now, for a $20 microphone, this is not bad. And you've used quite a bit of microphones. Now, of course, I stick with a couple types that I prefer. But this, for a $20 microphone, would be great for your kids to get start gaming in, or even for those first-time beginners that don't want to go out and spend $100, $200 or more on a microphone like some of us do. A great little option right there, of course, for you from AirHug, the USB gaming microphone. Now, we also have up next is going to be from ESR. This is going to be a geo-digital pencil meant for your iPads. This is kind of cool. This is a geo pencil. What that means is you guys can track the pencil. If you lose the pencil, you can track it with Find My Device. Take a look at the ESR Geo Pen. Now, this is for your iPads and your iPads alike. This will actually work with almost every iPad out there created, which is great. Now, it's a one-button turn on. You just literally hold down the tip and it'll power up and on. You guys have a status indicator light that's blue and lighting, but also will change lighting effects. It will also change lighting effects to tell you guys the battery percentage and charge. Now, that button also is, of course, one touch go to home screen. Double tap to multitask screen. Also has the nice little nub down here at the bottom that is replaceable. You literally just twist it, turn it, it will pull off, and you guys can replace it with a new one. And the cool part is they do give you 3 extra knobs with this. Now, it is a magnetic, and it will magnetically stick to, of course, your iPads if you guys need. It does come with the USB-C to USB-C charging cable for all of those beautiful needs and effects. Now, it's going to take 30 minutes to fully charge, 12 hours of usage with this, 5 minutes standby time before it shuts and powers itself back off. If you guys need, ESR's got you covered, guys, with the Geo Pen, and of course works with Apple Find Me device, which means you guys can find it or the iPad that you've connected it to. I want to thank you for watching. Hope you guys have a great one. So there you guys go. If you need a new pencil for your iPads or tablets, right there is an option from ESR. Now, for the big kids that want to just hop on and ride around on the little kids' toys, well, that's not meant for you, but it can definitely hold you. This is from Fantech. Now, this is the Fantech, the N7 Wiggle Car, and this is an electric wiggle car, right? This is a 12-volt Pro. Now, this little wiggle car comes in multiple colors. This is the 007 purple variation, and yes, I wrote this thing. Just going to go there. Now, did it pull me around from the wheel power? No, because I'm actually a really big kid. But will it roll around a 100-pound kid? Sure, no problem whatsoever. Now, this is meant for the little kids, of course, nonetheless. But hey, everybody needs to have some fun sometimes and let some steam off. And that's what I did with this. Now the wheels, when they roll, they light up and they glow, of course. It is rechargeable. The cool part is it has a built-in Bluetooth speaker, which means they can actually pair up to a phone and play music or kids' sounds if you guys want to. The power switch is on the bottom to activate it, and that's also where you're going to find the charging port down there. So you guys just activate it, turn it on, and charge it. The way it works is literally once you have it on, you guys sit there and you guys can wiggle the wheels back and forth, and it's going to just start going. The electric wheel on the front, of course, can be disconnected if you truly need to disconnect it, kind of clean it and everything. Press the pedal and the wheels will start spinning at a very good rate for the actual speed, which is great. Has a horn as well, so if you guys want to honk the horn, go ahead and do so. It's got a couple different sounds. You guys can actually change the sounds out with the Bluetooth speaker too. Pairing it up, having fun is what it's really about, guys. This little thing is beautiful for the kids. It's a perfect little toy and a nice little option for those kids. So if you guys are looking for something like that, I'm going to say, yeah, have fun with that one. You can't go wrong with it. Now, if not, the Levoit standing fan is a great option for your rooms. Now, this is a really cool one because it's a directional fan that can be picked and chose the direction if you want. It's a pedestal style air circulation fan with, of course, remote control, but you guys can actually set it on your desktops or make it a stand-up by extending the pole out. Now, you can have it facing forward, but it also oscillates back and forth for those of you that need the oscillation. Cool part is you can spin the fan head and have it point straight at the sky and oscillate back and forth with that as well. Multiple fan speeds with this, which is also very beautifully well done, and I kind of like the multi-fan speeds to position with this. Now, you guys are seeing right here, it's actually positioned at the top. It's on speed 2, but you guys can go to speed 3 if you really want to, and that's high speed. Now, with it, of course, you got a great little fan. You can tear it apart, clean it out if you need to clean it out. It has controls on the base or with the remote control. You have the options to run it, do it, and, of course, get that nice little oscillation and flow flying through the air. To get that extra little airflow, hey, can't go wrong with that one. That's like a $79 fan, though. If you want a nice, elegant, and I'm going to say it again, elegant sink, guys, this actual faucet for your sink is really, really great. This is a waterfall style sink faucet. Is from Bessie. Now, this is a product I actually could not install. So this was sent to me on the proceedings that I was going to install it in my house. Turns out that because I rent, I'm not allowed to swap out faucets. Sad, because this thing is beautiful. It's of course, it is of course satin with this. The coloration is definitely there, and it's a great option for you. And with the option of that on hand. Now, very beautiful little piece. Very, very beautiful little piece. Comes with all of the. It comes with everything you guys need on hand with it to install it, from the connector pieces, the hoses, and everything with that. And that's the beautiful part with that. Great variations, beautiful colorways, and everything on hand. Now, I'm going to let this play. I actually have to answer this phone call. It's the auto body shop with my car. Cold pipe fixtures right here. So you do have your pipes, hot and cold. You do have your compressed fittings. You will need these compressed fittings, guys, to connect it. You do have some plumber's tape. Make sure you use the plumber's tape so you do not have any leaks. Now, I'm going to pop this back over. I'm going to show you guys this. This thing is gorgeous. I really like this. Let's show you guys this. This is your actual faucet. This thing is just gorgeous. Now, right and left is your hot and cold. Up and down is the amount of water coming out. Then you have this nice little nozzle where almost like a rainfall or a stream coming out, guys. But look at that. That thing is so, so nice. Now, you have your dual hoses. That's where your compressed fittings will fit on with those connections to connect it down below. Then you have your fitting right here, and I'll kind of show you guys this with this fitting. This is where you'll actually pull it through, guys, and start screwing it up until it's tight and connected. Once you have it screwed down enough, then you'll screw up the upper side to tighten it from underneath to where you have it fit in on your counter. Just beautiful, guys. Bessie did a great job with this waterfall spout. I actually believe I'm going to probably connect this up at some point in the next week or so, probably after my new shower's put in. But I think I'm going to put this in my apartment. I'm going to start using this, I think. If you guys need... Now, like the video we're showing you guys, you can install it easily. It looks beautiful. It's going to be perfect for those settings of that, guys, with it on hand. Now, I do apologize for answering that phone call, but it was, of course, the Toyota dealership with my car. A call I could not miss. Now, if you guys need, Bessie's got you covered, guys, with this one. Phenomenal piece with that. So, guys, great product. Now, they also have the large rainfall shower head, guys. It's a 12-inch version. The 12-inch version rainfall shower head does need to be installed by a licensed plumber because it does take a couple different things to be connected on. It's not just a shower head being screwed on top. You actually have to mount this. You have to mount the cartridge, the hand controllers, and everything else in between. Now, the shower head's about $129. There was, of course, a few people on here when we first started showing those. And they actually bought those and they loved them. And that's kind of great. I forget who it was, but they were an avid follower from us. And they used it quite a bit. And that's a great option for those of you that need something like that. Now, if you don't need something like that, well, then maybe you guys need these 24-piece silicone chair floor covers. Now, these are meant for going over your chair ends. With a quick showcase. Now, you're going to see me in this video talk about it. You're going to get 24 of these. And these are all going to fit on the bottom of your chair legs. So you guys are going to have silicone feet pieces that's going to go under there, sit on it, and do all of that with this. And that's the reasoning with that. And you guys can actually plug it in, cork it off, and then cover it. Now, is the chair... Oh, I don't have that chair sitting here. I actually have a chair with all of these still on the chair. So, and it's a great option for those of you that don't want to scuff up or scratch up your floors. This is going to have a nice corked bottom. The cork bottom is nice and soft, and it's going to allow it to set down there. Now, you're going to see me, of course, turn this chair over. You're going to see me fight putting it on video. I'm putting a square peg, you know, and it'll fit on squares. Don't worry about it. I fit on round, square, and, of course, you know, oblong like the back of this. It fits on these chairs. Now, what I can tell you is, though, after about a year or two of usage, you may have a little bit tears from moving it back and forth, depending on if your kids sit on it and scoot the chair back without lifting the chair. The reason I know that is because it happened to me on one of them, and that was from scooting the chair back and forth without standing up and moving the chair, just scooting it. Now, they're nice and strong silicone, anti-yellowing, great little padded pieces. About $11 is the price point on those, and they're going to work out well for you guys, so that's kind of cool with that one. Now, we also have the Mateen self-adhesive bandages. That's kind of a variation with this, of course, on hand. And I'm going to pop
James
this
here, and
over
today
here.
we're taking a look at
Now,
a product
this
from
is
Mateen. This is their
It comes in multi-colors. You're going to get a 12-pack of Rainbow Effect color bandages. Now, they are self-clinging style bandages. I actually used these when I had like my toenail removed. I also used it for wrist wrap. And you guys can use it as a wrist wrap. So if you guys want to wrap your wrist up and use it for like, you know, self-tape for like boxing rounds and stuff, you could do that. It's not a problem with it. It's not going to be allowed by your associations if you guys are boxing, but hey, you guys can do it. High-vis orange, yellows, greens, purples, blues, blacks, regular tan, whites, even a pink in there as well. Self-healing, of course. You guys can sit there, wrap it. You guys can tear it if you want or cut it. That's up to you. And it is easily accessible, easily usable with these. And that's the beautiful part about this. And the variation with it, of course, you guys are going to see sit here. I'm going to start wrapping my hand like I was going to go boxing or something, right? And that's what I was talking about. And it will allow you to wrap it because it self-sticks to itself. You don't have to use tape. That's what I really loved about this product, self-adhesive. So no tape needed with that, of course, on hand. So just use it, have fun with it, and go to town with that. Now, we're going to show you guys the Smart Tea Kettle up next. This is from Govee. We talk
Hey
about
everyone, may
Govee
the
a
force
lot,
be
but
with you.
you'll love
Nikki
this
with
tea
Dragon
kettle.
Blogger here to show you another Govee Life product. This is their electric kettle. First off, the design of it is very sleek. I love the black aesthetic. It matches some of the other black and silver decor that we have, some of the appliances and stuff, and it looks really nice. It has a couple of buttons here that I'll show you how they function, and it's just a very simple design. All you have to do is, you know, put the kettle on here. I already got some water in there, as you can see. Close it and then go ahead and hit the on button to turn it on. It'll show you the current temperature of the water. I accidentally turned it on for a little bit before I started recording, and so it's a little hot already, but it took absolutely no time to get to this 130 degrees. Now this is the temperature that's going to be set at. 212 degrees Fahrenheit is going to be the boiling point, and as you can see, it already started. I didn't even hit a button. You can hear the sound of it. But you can also use the plus minus to adjust the point that what you want to get it to. 212 is the max. You also have boiling points that you can set it to, or not boiling points, different modes that you can set it to. So mode 1 is going to be the boiling point. Mode 2 is going to be just a little bit lower, and it goes in different steps, and it has 4 different settings. And then of course, it's just going to, right now it's on keep warm, and so it's just a really nice kettle overall to have. It gets the stuff hot really quick, and that's the one thing that I love about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on here, and as you can see, it makes a little bit of sound. It almost sounds like a fan kind of when it's heating up, but it heats up in absolutely no time. I mean, we were already, this video is not even a minute 30 seconds long, and you can already see the temperature is just skyrocketing, and it takes absolutely no time to boil water. So if you're looking for a fantastic electric kettle to have, this Govee Life one is absolutely fantastic and a wonderful addition to any kitchen and home.
So right there, guys, beautiful little tea kettle, and of course, by Govee, smart control. Now up next is going to be the Water Drop compact electric water filtration system. This is a nice
For the
little
Dragon
piece right
Bloggers
here
in here,
that
I'm
we're
very
going to
excited
actually
to
show you
showcase
guys
for
the
you
video
this water drop filter
if I can get
system
the
that can
video
be used
flipped over.
inside of a refrigerator.
Now, with this filtration system, it actually works with the water drop filter, and of course, it has a cleaning tools. And it's going to have everything you need to use this, of course, on hand. And this is a cool little option for those of you that want clean water but don't like the taste of chlorine or bleach from your actual city water. Now, with that being said, it's like $42.99 with this, right? And of course, you guys are going to be able to set it in your fridge, and of course, have cold water whenever you want. Now, it's an electric water filtration system, and it recharges with this, so you guys can recharge the filtration system. At 1 second water dispensing, 14 cup, large capacity, no lifting, clicking to get the water. You literally just set it under there, and it's going to start going to town. Now, with it, it's an NSF and ANSI 42, 53, 401, and 372 certifications for those, so it's food grade, so you don't have to worry about that. Easily upgradable, guys. Nice and compact usage. Press, of course, power indication, IPX5 waterproof and water resistant. Comes in like 4 different colors as well. Now, you're seeing Phil add the filter in. You're seeing Phil drop it down in below. You're then seeing him put the cover on, and then, of course, you have the water spout that you guys can fill up. Recharge it, let it go, get going, and then put it in your fridge, and you guys can have cold water. Then when the water runs out, you guys can actually set more water in there, and then you guys are good to go. Just make sure that your door, if you put it in the door, is actually strong enough to hold the little bit amount of weight that it holds. But once you tap, right here, you guys can actually see touch control. It will automatically dispense a cup at a time. You guys can press it to stop it or just let it go. This is a great option for those of you guys. So cool little piece with that. Now, it's a great little option with that on hand, guys, and phenomenal price point. $42.99. That's a great piece with this. So just check them on out if you guys want. Now, up next is a product I just literally did yesterday. Now, this product, kind of blew my mind. This is one of the products that, like, it's that smart. Why is it that smart? Well, hey, let's talk about it. If you're like my wife and my daughter, they love ice. Having ice on hand is fundamental. Unfortunately, because I rent, we aren't allowed to have an ice machine in our fridges. Just the downside of what they allow here and don't allow. So a countertop ice machine is just one of those things that you actually have to have when you want ice like that. Govee's got you covered with this one. And now this is the Govee Smart Ice Machine. Now this is going to do about 26 pounds of ice, and we're going to pull up the video with this, and we're going to actually drop the video sound out. Don't need the sound. 26 pounds of ice every 24 hours. 26 pounds of ice. Now, to get that 26 pounds of ice, you're going to have to be pulling the ice out of this machine quite a bit or filling it up with water. It's not the largest water holding dispenser or ice dispenser on hand of an ice machine I had. A cool part that it does come with is a magnetic ice scooper. Now, some of them, I've come up with this plan where you guys get an ice scooper, put a suction cup on the side of an ice machine. You don't have to do that with this one. So I don't know if Govey was watching my stream one sometime and said, hey, let's add that to that. And that's kind of the cool with this one. Now with it, it's a nice large piece. It's Wi-Fi connectable, it's voice controlled. So if I talk to Amazon Alexa right now or Google Home, I can tell it what size of ice I want it to make. I can also create ice making time. So I can have this device shut off during the day, but an hour before I get home, it can start making ice. And it will make 9 ice cubes every 6 minutes. So you guys should have enough ice cubes by the time you get home to have that ice on hand. Now, another cool part is it's full app controlled and works with the Govey app. When you go into the app and the app control, it will actually tell you that there's 108 ice cubes that is in there. I have 108 cubes waiting for me to be used right now. Now, it also tells you guys the weight of that ice, which it says about 63 kilograms. So it's not that heavy. We can go into full more details of the app, and it'll actually show you guys how much ice I make during the day. Yesterday, I made a lot of ice because I filled it up in a bag. And I put the bag in the freezer, and I needed it there. Now, you guys also have a night light, which I'm showing you guys down there, of course, in the video. You guys can turn on the night light, turn off the night light. That's up to you. You guys can schedule it. You can also put it in Do Not Notify. This thing will push notifications to you to tell you that your water's empty, your ice is full, or other variations of those. Sorry guys, a hiccup. Or other variations with that. Now, it's a great option, perfect little piece. Now, here's where it's even better. It makes 3 different ice cube sizes, so you guys can go small, medium, or large. That's up to you. Now, the variation of that is the different types of freezing and how long it freezes it. And right there, you guys can see 2 different ice sizes. I'm going to show you guys the small, and then I'm going to show you guys the medium. I did not make large ice during this video. What I can tell you is my wife and daughter have decided that they like the small or the medium sizes better than the large because they like to chew on the ice. Hey, it's whatever. I guarantee you guys, if they could, they'd have a Sonic ice machine in their house from Sonic, and you guys know the ice I'm talking about. The little teeny tiny, cube stuff. That's crazy. So that is going to be that variation of that device for you from Govey. It's about $134.99, but phenomenal product. I'm loving it so far. What I do wish is that the ice tray that it holds the ice and the water bin that it's in there was a little bit larger. What I'm also going to tell you guys is clean your ice machines at least once a month. You guys clean it at least once a month. Your ice machine's going to last a lot longer. Ice will build up algae in your ice machines. It's going to happen no matter what. Algae just happens. And that's from like water being stale, not movement. This one actually circles the water back and forth. So it doesn't stay stagnant, which is great as well. So it has a variation of moving the water around too. So right there, very cool little options for those of you that need something like that. Definitely check it out. Now up next is going to be the Lola Rose watch that Mrs. Dragonblogger
This
did.
company sent us 2 of these. It does come with the little pamphlet. You know, it's made by a UK designer, and then also it's made of good materials. Like this is pure malachite. So that's just so nice. Look at that. I love it. Has a genuine leather watch band. They say that these watches are good to 3 atmospheres. So, and water resistant, which is a lot different from waterproof. And 3 atmospheres is equivalent to 30 meters. You know, it's designed to withstand, accidental splashing and stuff, but you don't want to go swimming in. But nice little booklet that tells you all about it. Really nice quality. Genuine silver. And then it says on that side, made in London. So, yeah, you get the little pillow and you get this nice presentation box with the drawer. Really cute little watch.
So that is, of course, the Lola Rose beautiful malachite dial watch with gold tones and leather banding. Now, it's got a beautiful carrying case as well, and it's actually not a bad price. It's about $169. If you guys join Prime, it's like $129.99, which I would recommend personally. Now, if you want to start doing those synapses in your brains moving, guys, Geiger does that for you. Now, this is going to be the Super Blocks. Now, this is a pattern matching game system.
Hey guys, Nikita with Dragon Blogger is here to show you the awesome game by Geiger. This is Super Blocks. They are the creators of Super Slide, and so I'm really excited about Super Blocks because I love Geiger because they make the best brain teasing games. Now, this is everything that it comes with: a really nice user manual for how to set things up, a really nice carrying cases for the game itself and all the pieces that come with it. But of course, the star of the show here today is the actual game. It does take batteries, 2 AA batteries, and then you're good to go. All you want to do is long press this, and then you are good to start. It lights up. Now, what's really cool is it tells you the level. So this is 3, and it's kind of hard to see. If I turn off my lights here, maybe you'll see it a little bit better. Yeah, so you can see it a lot better here. And basically,
all right, like Nikita's telling you guys is you guys are going to match up the colors by the pattern. And up on the top, you're going to see there's an X, a little like W, a straight line, and of course a T. The color's going to tell you guys, or the piece is going to tell you guys what colors you're using for this design to figure it out. Now, when you place it in and pop it down, when you pop it in place, it's going to trigger a light mechanism. Right there, it's telling you guys it's not finished or not set properly. So he has to pull that one piece back out and set it back down to actually trigger it to make sure that it shows that he actually did the piece properly. So it just wasn't set in there correctly. Right there, and it now says he finished that level. Now, guys, hundreds of levels you guys can go through, and the higher the levels, the harder the design it is. And he's going to go to level 5 or level 4 and actually start and activate it. We're still using the red colors, and you guys got to move these devices and pieces around to figure out which device or how to solve the puzzle. That's good for keeping those brain synapses going. If you guys like do crossword puzzles or find match games, that's kind of like this. And I kind of do those myself to keep my brain going and, just moving. Great little options, phenomenal product, and lots of levels. Now, yeah, it's a $57 game, but I'm going to say it's definitely worth it. Nikita loves this thing. He has a couple different variations with it on hand, and you guys can see, pick and choose their variations. Now, right there's going to be, he's got to use the yellow ones to solve it. So 4 different colorways, but it has an instruction book. The instruction book will walk you through the levels and tells you guys what the colors are and everything if you really need the instruction book for that. I'm going to tell you guys, try doing it without it. Don't use the instruction book to figure out and solve your puzzles. Just have fun. Geiger does well with those. Just a great little piece right there from Geiger. Now, we've been showing you guys amazing products ranging from power stations to, of course, the beautiful camera that I showed you guys, and then that Geiger device. Now we're going to show you guys some animal products. We're going to show you guys the one in Zoll dog grooming kit, and then we're going to show you guys the EC Haga orthopedic dog bed. Now let's start off with, of course, the dog grooming kit.
Welcome back, everyone.
Now this is a little bit longer of a video. Don't need it to be so long because, well, let's be honest, I can kind of do it. You're going to be able to shave your dog's hair, cut your dog's hair, groom your dog's hair, and it's going to be able to vacuum it all up. You don't have to worry about it all falling on the ground. And that's the cool part about it. This is almost like if you guys were around for the Flowbee phase. Flowbee was a hair trimming kit that people used on their heads that connected to their vacuum and would vacuum up their hair as they're shaving and cutting it, right? That's what this kind of does. Now, it's got a nice debris bin that's going to collect a lot of hair for you while siphoning out the smells of it. Now, you get, of course, the hair trimmer, which is your razor. It's going to have a couple different edge sizes, so you guys can trim the dog to the proper length. You don't want your dog to be completely bald. Go in there. You don't want your dog bald. Just saying it now. You're also going to get the grooming brush. And the grooming brush is kind of cool with the way it works. But you're also going to get like this smaller trimmer so you guys can get in their ear hairs and stuff like that as well. Now, you're going to get the crevice tools so you guys can actually clean up in crevices if you need to clean up in crevices. The razor itself has to be separately charged, and the razor does have different heads that can swap off of it. You have your standard razor head that's got, of course, 3 or 4 different heights with it, and then you got your beard trimmer. It's going to come with a carrying bag as well, so you guys can carry all your utensils around in it with it on hand. Nice long hose. What I can tell you, though, is if your dogs are afraid of vacuums, they may not like this device somewhat. Your dog could be trained to, of course, not have a problem with it, and that's the great part. It also comes with a head tool that's going to allow you to, of course, trim and grind down their nails without cutting the wick of the nail, which is, I like that idea. Of course, some dogs don't like this. Now, by pushing these is what's going to push the hair off and allow it to be sucked in. That's the comb, and that's going to be good for like combing and pulling the fleas out and stuff like that. And then you got the big brush over there that's going to do the same thing. It's set with, of course, the bristles out. You guys will press it to allow the bristles in, and that's going to put it in combing mode. Now it's in combing mode, and when you press it the other way, it's going to drop off the hair with this. Now what you guys are going to see is Demetrius pulls out his dog. He's going to start brushing his dog. And that's the cool part about it. He's going to start brushing, pulling hair, and you're going to notice the amount of hair that his dog is shedding. The undercoat's always popping out, right? Now, at the end, he actually flips the little button. It's going to, of course, kick the hair off into the vacuum, and he doesn't have to worry about sweeping it up later. That's the cool part about this. Right there, you guys can see all that golden retriever hair, and, of course, he's going to pop this piece down. It's going to flip, and then, of course, you guys can just push the hair into the vacuum if it doesn't already suck it in. That's the cool part about this. Great little options. About $99 if you guys want to have a nice grooming kit. That's a great option for you. Now, up next is going to be the Isihega dog bed, and this is going to be a large dog bed. They have about 7 sizes of dog beds for those of you that need it. This is $28. It's just literally anti-slip grid bottom, so you don't have to worry about that. It's got an egg crate memory foam insert that you guys can pull out. You guys can fully wash the covering of this if you guys want to. So you're going to have like the 30 by 20, the 35 by 23, the 36 by 27, 41 by 27, 44 by 32, 47 by 29, and the 50 by 36. So you guys have, I believe, 7 different sizes. It comes in 12 colorways. So if you guys want beige, you want black, you want green, it should match the household without a problem. You're going to have the Sherpa fabric top, the bonded woven fabric, the egg crate orthopedic foam, and then the non-slip grip bottom, which is great. Washable, so you guys throw it in the washer, because let's be honest, some dogs track stuff in, some dogs leave body odor. This will allow you to wash that and just go about your day with it. And that's kind of the great option with this. With it, of course, guys, Isihega does an amazing job that it's going to allow for any of the dogs to enjoy a nice little relaxation. Or if you have Sheila's grandkids, the grandkids sleep on it instead. It's just funny. Her dog prefers the couch.
Hey, y'all.
All right, we are now going to show you guys the very cool Syncom hand massager. This is a fully rechargeable hand massager that's going to do amazingly well to massage those hands after a long day of typing or gaming or anything else that you really want. It's going to come with, of course, a carrying bag, the USB-C charging cable, and USB-A port. It's going to come with the massager and a pack of gloves. And you're going to be like, gloves? Well, yeah, it's a heated massager. It's got multiple modes, multiple intensities, and 2 levels of heat. Now, you don't want to sweat inside it because you can't wash it out, so why not use a glove? For those of you that want to use, let's say, essential oils for a hand massage or hand massaging oil, you guys can put that on, put the glove on, and then put your hand inside the massager. Now, it's ambidextrous, so it can be left or right-handed. It's going to allow you to, of course, pick and choose your modes by lighting color. So you guys, your intensities and modes will change from red, yellow to green. And of course, your heat level will just be 2 different types of heat. Now there you guys can see in green mode, and he's going to press the button and it'll change. You guys can take this anywhere. You're going to get about 2 hours of usage time off full charge. it will auto time off so you don't have to worry about it with the massage. So great little option from Syncom right there. If you guys are looking for something like that, definitely check that one out.
Yo, what's up, my friends? Nate, Dragon Blogger Tech and Entertainment, back again with another Fit King video. So these are Fit King's lightweight leg massagers. So what these are going to do is wrap around your leg right here. If you've been on your feet all day, if your legs are sore, just really any reason where you would need some compression technology around those bad boys, this is something I think you should definitely give a shot to, and let me show you why. So first of all, very simple design on them. They're just all black. The way that these are going to work is they use a super strong Velcro to latch around your legs. One of the things that I can recommend is whenever you're using these, don't wrap them initially too tight, because they are going to compress, and if you have them, you know, kind of cranked around your legs, that might run into an issue where they start to get uncomfortable. So just give them a nice snug fit, not too loose, not too tight, somewhere right in between. Now the way these work is they are going to plug in with this dual USB-C cable that comes with a charging block, and then we can take a look right here. You can see that you have a little control panel on each of these, so you don't have to run both at the same time if you don't want to. Now to use these, all you have to do is press the power button right here. Just hold it down for a second. When you hold it down, you're going to notice that you have some numbers that will come on. So the intensity mode is going to be indicated with that number sequence right there. So you can actually go through, set the intensity and set the mode. It is currently compressing around my lower calf right here, and honestly it just feels really good. This is something that I think is going to be great for just really anyone. Even if you don't have, you know, aches and pains in your legs, that compression that it uses to kind of alleviate some of that stress or that tension in your muscles just feels really nice. So if you're looking for a good way to just wind down at the end of a long day, Fit King has got you covered.
So, cool little leg massager, guys. Great for you if you need the Fit King leg massagers. Man. Beautiful, beautiful products. Of course, that's like calf massaging as well. Now, if you guys want the Snail X vibrating massager for your feet, is another great
Snail
option.
X makes this
This is going to be a
massager,
Sheila video.
and it has heat and remote control. It magnetically connects to the top there where there's a couple of controls. So this is really great for fasciitis or stress, and it wakes up everything in your feet and gets it going. This control has the power button, 3 modes button, intensity button with 3 intensities, the heat button with 2 heat levels. It comes with a cover, but you can take the cover off. So it is a vibration plate, and if you stand, it can take up to 200 pounds. The remote control has a smart timing feature, and the default setting is 15 minutes to complete a full cycle, and it is recommended to use it 3 times a day.
Now, this is kind of cool. I had the exact same one, which is great. And the massaging modes that you guys can change through and the intensities of these massages. With the little balls on the bottom, it's going to help, of course, get that little massaging parts or knead and nodule at the bottom of your feet. Guys, washable covers, so you guys can take the cover off and wash it without a problem. The removable remote control means you guys don't have to bend down to turn it on and off as well. There are buttons on the bottom, so if you guys want to use the buttons, that's okay. AAA battery, change it out if you need to, but great little option with that. Phenomenal product. Yeah, Sheila, I had the single plate variation of this, and the single plate variation was amazing. So I like the dual plate on that. That's kind of cool. Magnetized control. Yeah, exactly. It's really kind of cool the way they put that there. All right, up next is going to be the Water Drop W2A2 countertop reverse osmosis machine with heating and cooling. So if you guys want a little bit of a warm water, this can actually do that. If you want tempered water, it can do that as well. Now, this is, of course, that osmosis system. It's going to sit on your countertop. It's going to allow you to make warm water. That's right, warm water. Now, that means you guys can have tea water ready on the go. Or if you guys just like tempered warm water, that's up to you as well. Now, with this, it's a $500 piece. It's got $80 clippable coupon. It's got 6 temperature settings. It can actually do hot or cold, so you don't have to worry about that. It's a 3-to-1 pure to drain, so you don't have to worry about that as well, which is great. It's a multi-stage, 5-stage RO filtration. 3-to-1 pure drain is what's going to pull out the water, 3-to-1 cup ratio. And you guys can do favorite mode settings as well, and you don't have to install anything. It can be like 50 degrees water or all the way up to 203 degrees water. That's also up to you. Now, great little option for the countertop, and it's going to be perfectly set wherever you really want. Now, what does 3-to-1 pure to drain means? It means it's going to save you about 4,000 bottles of water because you're using your own drain to filter out the water and not having to use the actual pieces. And that's the cool option with this. Now, they say it's going to be about 2 cents a day for using it on the electricity. But I'm going to tell you guys, if you drink a lot of water, you're probably using it quite a bit. And you're going to see Nikita swap it out. Kristen, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Now, Nikita's just popping around. He's going to show you guys the digital display. He's got it set at about 59 degrees. And it's going to now pull it in. And it's got, of course, the display above it. That display is also going to show you guys the ounces that you're dispensing. It's also going to show you guys the amount of filtration that's left. You guys can pick and choose hot or cold. You guys can pick and choose volume of the actual cup. So if you guys want it to stop, you guys can actually stop it. And right here, Nikita's learning, hey, where do we stop this? It's still going, and of course, then it is freshly done. You guys can measure that out so it actually stops at the perfect placement with that. Now, he used 59 degrees water, but he also had ice in there, which is, funny to me. But hey, it's just one of those options. So if you guys need an osmosis system, Water Drops definitely got that one. Now, we are going to show you guys, I believe this is going to be, I don't know what this is. This is a bookshelf tiered thing. Probably, Sheila, was this you?
This is a 5-tier bookshelf that's made of melamine, and it has a black finish that looks like wood. Isn't that pretty?
It was Sheila.
And it's 9.4 inches by 23.6 inches and 52.8 inches high. So this has the pins that go in the sides that hold the shelves, but they also have the supports that you can screw in. And this has locking screws, and there's also some long screws that go in the side that you'll need a power tool for. And this is a strong, heavy, sturdy shelving unit for your home. But I don't know if I would move it with a truck, if you're moving.
So, great little 5-tiered bookshelf that you guys can organize, decorate, or even use to hold stuff if you want. Now, up next is going to be, of course, the 30-pack. That's right, 30-pack of coat hangers. Now, these are velvet covered, so you guys can actually put some of those delicate pieces on it if you really want to do that with it. Now, you're going to see a little bit longer video for a coat hanger. I'm just going to go here. Now, you have, of course, the slide-over clips. It's going to allow you to, of course, clip on skirts or the other delicates that may not want to be hung off of this coat. You guys have the velvet, which means it's going to hold the shirt linings or, of course, sweaters on there without a problem. The metal ones kind of allow it to slip off. Same with the plastic. This is going to allow it to grip and hold that shirt well. And that's going to also help with like de-wrinkling stuff. Now you get a full pack of 30 with these. You guys can actually set them up, organize them, and then start clipping and hanging your pants, your jeans, your shorts, whatever you really want to or organize with this. You guys can, of course, she's showing you guys like a little scarf, throw rugs, and other variations. So it's going to be nice and strong and stable, but it's also going to allow you to do, of course, shirting, clothing, and everything else under the sun. This is one of those great little options for people that may need a nice coat hanger kit. Just a simplified 30-pack. And of course, right here, we're showing you guys in that black colorway. Probably going to be in a different color, other colorways if you needed to. Let's go and check. So there's an option of black, light gray, light pink. There's a pale brown, pale green, pale purple, of course, sandy beige, and white variants with this. Non-slip hangers and great little options for you. Now up next is going to be the Up Simples picture frames.
Yo, what's up, my
now,
friends?
these are
Nate,
cool
Dragon Blogger
pieces
Tech and Entertainment. Today I wanted to showcase to you these 8.5 by 11 frames. So these are going to be really good frames for your diplomas, achievements, just anything along those lines. You can see right here, this is kind of a mock-up, the university of your graduated, whatever that means. But you guys can see that right here. This set is going to come with 5. Now I wanted to really talk about the quality. First things first, like I said, this is 8.5 by 11, so this isn't really going to be a picture frame because most pictures around this size are going to be 8 by 10. I mean, obviously you could scale it if you wanted to use them as picture frames, but like I said, going back to the quality, you can see that right here you have this nice matte black texture, and honestly I think it feels really nice. They're very high quality. All of the components on the back right here are all metal, so I think that these are all going to hold up really well over time. And you can see that you're able to orient this either in a landscape or a portrait mode. Now if you want to set this up as just a desk standing display, you can do that with this little arm. You could probably remove that somehow, but if you also want to mount it on your wall, you can see that right there you do have the options to do that. Now if you do mount it on your wall, you can see that this sits flush, so it's not going to be pushing out up against it. Overall, I just think these are really high quality, so if you need some new display frames for really whatever, I think these might be your best bet.
So if you guys need, of course, a multi-pack of hanger picture frames, right there for you. Now up next is going to be our last product of the day, and this is actually a cool one. This is a makeup vanity, guys. This is a multi-shelf tiered makeup vanity with drawers and all of the utensils that you could ever want to or need. Now what you're going to see is it comes in multiple pieces and does need to be installed. It's going to come with instructions. I'm going to recommend using electric screw guns or handheld screws. That's up to you how you choose. Follow the instructions though, because it is quite important. Now what you're going to see is they're going to start putting the drawers together. They're going to start adding the drawers. They're going to start setting the beads off to the side, positioning it and placements of this. And this, of course, is a great little option. Line it up, set it up, and then, of course, set it down in there. You guys could probably do it an easier way than that. I usually set the top on, set the pieces up upside down, and then go from there. Make quick work of it. Set it in there and tighten it up. Now, remember, when you tighten these up, be careful, because if you over tighten it or have it in the wrong position, you can crack the press board. So do be careful with it. Now, setting up the lights, you guys can see right there, they are trying to set up the lights, but they're also trying to add on to the mounting bracket. And the mounting bracket's for a reason. It's going to hold the two-piece together, but it's also going to protect it from, of course, tipping over. Now, once you're done and set up, you guys can see right here, you have a nice, beautiful, elegant makeup vanity or desk for the children, adults alike. And you guys can, of course, organize it, set it up however you truly want. But for $99.99, that is an amazing piece with this. Doesn't it? Yeah, they do, and that's cool. I mean, we have a variation. We have a couple different makeup vanities in here. The shelves, the drawers, guys, you guys can set it up however you want. Bright LED lights. Those lights should last you over 10 years without a problem, and that's the cool part about it. So at $99.99, you can't go wrong with that. Now, with that being said, that is the last product of the day for me. That's all I have to show you guys. Great little options, great little pieces. I want to thank everybody for being here, hanging out. If you guys haven't, hit that follow button, hit that live notification button. It does not cost you anything to hit those. You guys will see when we come live and when we show off all of these amazing products. And we are here many days of the week. We're here at least 4 to 5 days a week with all of these shows. Now, with that, I'm going to take some time off. I'm going to jump off this camera. I'm going to go deal with, of course, my car issue with the dealership and all of the other stuff. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Thursday. We'll see you guys on the next show. Have a good one, everybody.